Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I was talking to this Spanish guy. And he made a very good point of something that sound the horns that I'm dwelling on still. And it's like a day later. And what we were talking about is like society and how it's like kind of crumbling and shit. And he threw the what if scenario out there. Because then we started talking about like a little historical shit and how hard it is for some people and maybe not others. And he's a Marine or some type of soldier, so he's like me. He thinks about the overall, well, if this happened, let's imagine this happened, you know? What would you do? And he said, particularly because we was talking about my people and his people, and he said, if all the lights go out, right, and the world went back to, you know, where there's no more government, right? There's nobody in charge because of whatever for a long time. Say regroup. What would you build? And I looked at this guy and I was like, yo, because I asked him earlier, what's the point? Because he said opportunity and working hard. And I asked him the age-old question, what do you do it for? And he couldn't answer it. He said to live. And I was like, nah, dog, that's not why a grown-ass man goes to work every day. That's not why a man saves his money. That's not why a man innovates and makes inventions. Men do this because of the future, their children. They know they're gonna die, and they don't want them to have to do what they had to do. So you leave things. It's called inheritance. You get it? You can inherit a lot of things like material, but the greatest thing a man can ever give his family or his children is the knowledge that he has, you know, because that breeds in the character. If you can just only, like, because I remember when I was younger, we're all young where we have parents, and we're like, I don't want to hear that shit, you know what I mean? But what you, not all of us have parents that are actually, you know, they ain't really got much to teach. That's why they're unfortunately stuck with not doing these things, what I'm talking about. And it was a very good question because, like I said, it was to my people. He said, what would you do? What would you build? And he was so shocked to see what I said because I guess he thought we want to be like them or everyone else that wants to be like them. And I mean build society the way it is, you get it? Everybody's looking for the answer of turn the lights back on, regroup and rebuild. And I said, I would gather all the toughest of my people I can find. All the killers. All them gangsters out there. I'm going right for Arkham Asylum, baby. Going right with real niggas at, right? And then I have an army of men. And the first thing, of course, he says is, they're gonna kill you. What are you talking about? And I said, you're a soldier. If the lights go out, would you start attacking other cops, government officials? He said, no, I'm going to defend my family. I said, exactly. What the fuck is the difference between a gangster and a soldier? When it's free fall time, everyone's going to want to protect themselves from anyone that is going crazy. All the titles, all of your fucking I'm this and that goes out the window. You're just a person now. You can put your fucking uniform on. You can say, I used to be this in the old world. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing. Who the fuck are you now and what are you gonna do to help us? Do you have enough to eat? So I had to explain to him the reality of the tough guy shit. Tough guys never ran the world. Get it? The strongest nigga Never, ever, ever. You gotta remember the story of David and Goliath is Goliath got sent down there to fight, nigga. So the toughest niggas on the battlefield. That's why they're soldiers. You get it? See, a lot of they breed the soldiers now to not even understand that. Where you're not even getting the concept of that brawn shit, that tough guy shit, that never ruled the world, bro. You need brains to organize an army. A king's not a fucking brute force idiot, dummy. He's a little bit of all those things. He's smart. He's a brute. He's a farmer. He's a medicine guy. He doesn't do all these things at a professional level, but he knows of these things. So when things happen in life, he's the go-to guy. That's all a fucking king really is. He's the go-to guy for the tough decisions. You know? We all know who that is without putting that stupid-ass title on the head. It's an alpha, the leader, the guy that steps up and everybody just automatically will follow. And I try to tell him that. I said, listen, you're right. There are some crazy-ass killers, right? I said, but I also know a lot of them are not going to understand if the lights are coming back on. And if we know it's not, you know, then I'm going to tell them the truth. You can kill me now, right? And in a month's time, these other people, now that the lights is off, if they did that to you when the lights is on, imagine what they're going to do to you when the lights is off. You get it? And that alone will get them right into shape. And they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I don't like you. They divided us and you corny nigga, Sharif. But when Sharif lets them know, you know it's all out free fall, right? Like, you know it's to everybody for themselves. And let's not talk about fighting. We're talking about survival. We're talking about trying to, because we were bringing up the scenario of all of this ends and it just, you know, if the structure ends, all this, you get it? Everybody has to go back to the old way. And he said, what do you build? And I said, after I get these guys, then I go round up the rest of whoever, you know, surviving. You know, they're going to want to go somewhere. You know, or leaving the cities is going to be an automatic. Can't grow food really too much and actually feed an actual town worth of people. So people would have to migrate to where there's a better terrain to grow. I said, so right there, that gives me, well, I didn't tell him this. We ended up talking about something else, but I've been thinking about this. And I'm like, yo, this is why the Lord said, read my book. And it's way more important for the ones in the future. Why? Because we live in fucking Satan's world. We live in Caesar's world, dog. Most of us don't know how to survive out there. Just like I say, I can't really survive out there, but I know little things. And there's always other people that they're hunters. They're fucking outdoors women and shit. You know, there's always someone like me training, and they love it. It's what they do. You get it? I meant preppers. I meant people that are literally ready to lock their 3-mile town down if the lights ever go off. How about that? And that's 10, 20 years ago. I was living in a town where they said, man, we don't give a fuck about the world. If anything happened, we're going to barricade that one way in, one way out you got to come through, and then we run this area. You come here, it's a wrap for you. And that's it. It's a wrap for you. If we don't like you, we don't like you. All that tough guy shit. We got niggas that are trained snipers over here already. They already been in this military. We be shooting AKs out here. We got our daughters trained. I seen a little 15-year-old girl trained with an AK, hitting the target, dog. I said, yo, I can't even hold that shit right. I was like, yo, damn. All right, no more thinking about brute force and shit. When you got little girls that'll knock your noodles, get it? You start thinking about other things. And I tried to, this has like been my message for a while because it's for whoever's, you know, in that predicament. Now, for most people don't understand is, like the question of what do you build? You build your people. That's when, see, if you put people in the fucking wilderness, everyone's ideologies and your ways of life, you'll have to prove it then. And immediately that's just going out the window. All of that fucking, all this democracy shit, and we got to vote and all that. That's right out of the window. That's right out the window. The tough guys and the smart guys ain't letting idiots vote no more. No way. You're an idiot. You don't know anything. You don't know nothing about farming. You don't know nothing about what the fuck would your vote even mean, nigga. You don't know which way to go through the woods. You don't know how much food to ration. You don't know da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So voting begun. There would be things to vote about for the people, and the people would vote on things too, you know. But all the people, like I just said, a crazy dude, or I'm a tough guy, but you can't farm, and a nigga says, I can keep you alive as long as you're my hired hand. You can do the same goofy shit you were doing in Caesar's world, being a gangster and a fucking soldier, and get high and have bitches. I want you to do the same exact thing, except you can't do hardcore drugs and all of that wilding out shit. Nah, you ain't doing none of that. You want to brutalize people? You brutalize people that's trying to take our resources and our women. You know, you're going to have plenty of time to show how gangster you are in the old, new, and the most high world. Shit, what the fuck you think David went out there for? That was two gangs, warrior groups, and they sent out their leader gang, and he said, we're not going to have a rival gang fight. I'm going to take your leader on, and I'm going to smash his head in front of you, and you're all my slaves now. Yous agree? Or we can, I have so many dudes over here, yous are probably not even going to survive this. Most of us we don't give a shit. We've been taking people over. We'll just have more fucking idiots that we take over come and fight you again. So what you want to do? You want to throw all the ball? You want to throw it all on the table? One versus. See, I don't even understand. That's what 1 versus 1s is really like. Always will be in existence. Well, not now, because everybody thinks 1-on-1s to prove you're a tough guy. No, it's supposed to end shit. It's supposed to end beefs, settlements, and disputes over dumb shit, you know? And I tried to think, like, what would I build? And I realized I wouldn't build anything. I would just live. I would build life. The same thing, like, you know, constitutions and shit say, the pursuit of happiness and living life. Everything would go back to the regular. It wouldn't change anything. Everybody would still be worrying about their loved ones. Everyone would still be worrying about shelter and food and sex and all these things. Nothing would change except we'd have to struggle to get back to the old way of everyone knows how to build something, everyone knows how to farm, everyone, you get it? It would take a little time because all the people that don't know things and are useful for building because you don't know things, yeah, you're not just nothing because, you know, you don't know things. You can't have a vote. No, we got to make sure you eat properly. We got to make sure we teach you these things in case we die. You could replace one of us. Duh. See, this is why I like the Most High's world. The little guy is always important too because the smart people always remember, I can't have anything without them. They're the ones building this shit. Yeah, I'm going to be getting pampered. I'm getting a little more. That's because I'm the smart one. When the wars come and the bullshit come, that's why the soldiers, they be getting the extras. That's why they be getting the you know, that's that. It wouldn't be no football shit. Some high school corny ass nigga shit. The jock gets the women. No, the nigga that's protecting us is getting these women. They be falling in love with all, they be having all the hoes. And all that job shit, I'm a high value man. That shit be right out the window. You probably never get picked. A lot of niggas wouldn't get picked in my father's world. Not until y'all convert and be useful, cause, you know, what the fuck? That's why I always try to preach to my wolves and ninjas, like, yo, bro, if you were Moses and the 40-year-old niggas in the desert like Moses and them, nigga, you better start teaching your fucking son how to be useful, nigga. You better teach him what's really important in this world because those things is what always carry the good man through. You know, no matter what the fuck happens to this world, no matter what tragedy, no matter what, there's always been world wars and world conquerings, and niggas don't even understand. Like, it's just, you know, there's another day on the block out here, bro. And it's crazy. Like, I thought about it so many days because that was the whole point of me and my brothers and sisters that I see that are really within the faith and really paying attention to the book. That's what we've been trying to do forever. And takes money, or it takes people to get together so they can share their money, so niggas can actually get these things ready. You know, my teacher, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I only learned off him because he came to the conclusion that I came to when I seen him say it like, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta leave these people alone, bro. Like, it's like high school shit. If niggas gonna keep fucking with you, you can't be fucked with if you're not there. Even though, that's not true. Even the Bible says when we leave, they're gonna fuck with us. And that's when the Most High is gonna really turn the fuck up. Because then you're blatantly you're doing the Pharaoh thing. Oh, we let them go, my people pushed up. Alright, well, we gonna send these soldiers and myself, we going over there to wreck them niggas up a little bit. And just like Pharaoh. See, every story in the Bible is the same fucking story. Different names, different people. It's the same recurrent ending for every single person. It always happens the same. The Most High comes. And he finishes niggas. That's why I want to build what regular people build. Like, maybe I feel like maybe it's the time I spent in the country and being around the country folk, or my time in PA hanging out with the woodsman boys. And, I'm a city boy, but I never really liked the city too much noise, too much going on. I like peace. And that's when I realized my other side of myself that's always been there. I really don't like this city shit. I like the South. I like PA. Just the people there are, it's not going to work. So, and then I realize now, there's nowhere you're going in the world where you try different races. I did. You can try different areas. I did. And there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. And that's why I don't know why they won't let us leave. Like, can we leave? Can we go into the corner, like the books say? Or, can we get out of y'all way? Let some of these people get jobs and shit. They can replace us and stuff. And then y'all can get what y'all want, and then y'all can use it as like a trick or something. And be like, look, we deporting these niggas over there into the corner or something. I don't know, man. Like, can we get the Trail of Tears without the ass whooping? Know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what my father said. He said, you're walking out of here. You're going to walk out of there. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's what they had to do in Egypt. And the other place. And the other place. And the other place. My father does the same thing all the time. And I wonder what the other world is really like. To really, really be free. It must be hard. Like, so many people say they want freedom. No, you don't. You wouldn't enslave yourself to someone in my father's world. Because real life is so fucking hard, bro. It's really hard. Going back to trying to figure out how to cure things again. Niggas dying of common colds. People just know like, you ever see these movies where they're seeing the old world or something, and they're like, yeah, this is what this used to be, and it's like the ruins of old New York and shit, and they think, yeah, it should be Madison Square Garden, and then the kids or the new peeps generation look at it, and I'm like, we don't even understand what you're talking about. Audience, Madison Square Garden, shut the fuck up, old nigga, you tell me these fantasy stories about you talking to people on a black box all over the world. What do you use, sorcerers? You used to doing magic? What do you mean there used to be, you means used to fly in the air and under the ocean, and they would think we were like super alien, super high fucking technology, and look at us at our point. We look at this shit as regular shit. You know what I mean? This shit is just regular shit to us. Anyway, moral of the story is, you don't have to know what to build. It's already in you. You just start the game over again, All love, all praise to the Most High.